Was he military as well?
Yes.
Do you still have his dog tags?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, wow. Good morning.
I'm Joelle. Nice to meet you.
Yeah, nice to meet you.
Thank you for joining my podcast. I
Thank you
appreciate
for
you being
having
here.
me.
I work like most mediums, clairvoyance and claircognizance are my two main that I work with. They'll just show me quick images. I kind of get that download and I kind of have to associate how it feels and works for you. But as always, it's your interpretation of whatever it is that they're showing me. Some things they show me are so left field for me, but it makes sense to you, right? So it's funny of how they want to connect, and then they always will use my own memory and things that I might have had as, a memory, and they'll show that too as a correlation of something that you have with them. So keep that in mind when I talk and how I work. I quiet down often to listen to spirit and let them come through of what they have to share. And I'm already getting interrupted. So I'm going to quiet down and listen and see who's here for you today, okay? And it is Marianne, right?
Yes.
Okay, wonderful. All right. So I'm going to quiet down and we can go ahead and get started. Hmm, this is interesting. At first, before I started connecting with you, I definitely thought I felt this father energy, but that might be somebody who's stepping back now because I definitely had a female step forward that was this feels like a mother energy, if not a very close grandmother caregiver. This is somebody that definitely took care of you. They are they're very strong-willed in their personality of who they are. They know who they are. They seem very powerful and strong and confident, and they almost feel like you have this very connected personality in exactly who they are. You're almost like they're like mini me. Is this mom?
No.
Okay. Do we know who this is though?
It might be my great grandmother.
A great grandmother that you're that connected with? That's pretty impressive. Okay. Okay. Let's see who this is. I see them. Sometimes I see their like what they're wearing and sometimes I don't. And for some reason she showed me this very simple black dress that like just seems like it's made out of cotton, very, very simple cloaked. What a weird way to say it. Cloaked dress. I definitely get I get like very powerful vibes from her. Like, okay. I almost want to say, I don't know how to say it without being, sometimes the word witch just comes off in a bad context. And it's not that, it's more of this person respected Mother Earth, had herbs. I see them like working with it and this like ancestral background and this. So I don't know if you're dabbling in that or if she's just showing me that's where you get it from.
It could be both. I do a lot of incense and essential oils, and one side of my family is Portuguese, so there's the gypsies.
Okay. Okay.
Yes.
I didn't know, like, I didn't want to like put a context of it of being like witch, but I just felt like this powerful, intuitive guidance and like this like really ancient hereditary thing. So that's
Yeah.
where I was going with that, this lineage of coming from her, if this is great grandma. Okay. She shows some kind of jewelry that is of a crystal, like, and she's very into black. So I don't know if you wear a lot of black or if she's wearing a lot of black. This is a lot of black. So it's
Yes.
totally cool though. And I'm like, you're like trendier before your time if this is great grandma. She's got like this black onyx necklace, or she showed me black onyx. So I don't know if it was black or just a black kind of crystal kind of stone on this. Like, do you know anything of that she would wear?
I do not, but I do know that there was a lot of family feuds because of jewelry.
Oh my gosh, I've never heard that in a reading before. Over the jewelry.
Yes.
Okay. She's very specific showing this pendant that sits like I see it being silver and having a bigger stone, uh, and that was very important. So I don't know where that was or how that got misconstrued, and maybe she's showing the struggle of over the jewelry, but she was very particular about that one stone. The male energy wants to step forward. He's definitely closer to you in the fact of not a great grandparent. This is somebody who's a little bit closer to you. So I don't know if this is dad or if this is a grandfather energy. I feel like it's one remove. So I don't feel like it's dad. I feel like it's the next one. He has a lot of confidence in you. He has this pride of like things that you're doing. Like you've kind of transitioned in your family dynamic or something of what he's showing me of like you kind of being who you are and dipping out and doing that, and he's so proud of you for you stepping out and being who you authentically are instead of having to hide the facade of being socially accepted or being accepted from your family. Does that make sense?
Yes. I
Okay.
just don't know what energy because all of my grandparents are still on the earth plane.
Okay. Well, he feels very connected with you. So, I don't know. I'm asking. I'm like, are you an uncle? Or are you an, and they don't tell me exactly. They just give me a feeling,
Mhm.
and I feel this very paternal, like, um, who this is, like, very much connected to you. Something about dad's side with him. Is your is your dad a veteran? Did your dad serve?
Yes.
Okay. I saw Army. I don't know if that was the branch that he served in. Was it Army?
He was in the German military, the
Oh,
army.
okay.
Yes.
Very cool. Okay, cool. Uh, I don't know where this connection is. This person might have known you while you were really small. So this gentleman that you don't that you're like, I don't know who this is, and I'm just kind of trying to delve into it deeper. And he
Yeah.
gave me this connection with him and your father, and it's like they were almost a brother like. So this almost makes me feel like an uncle-ish of this person was around and he passed, and they were friends when they were in the army, or that's why he wanted to bring up the army or something like that, of this like connection that they had, and he passed later in life. It wasn't like he passed tragically in battle or war or anything like that. It makes me feel like he passed later in life, health conditions. He was like, I didn't take too good care of myself, but he's making me feel like he was around when you were little and really watched over you. Where's the funny that we both had to scratch the
Yeah.
back of our head at the same time? That it was really weird. Ah,
And I think it was the same side too. I scratched my left.
it worked too. Spirit's just like itching us back there, like tingling all this stuff. Uh, I was getting this weird thing and I was thinking about it being like, well, why are you showing me that? And so they're showing me something about your heritage and where you are from. So I don't know if you still live in Germany or where you are, but I feel this connection to where you are when you were younger. So I feel
Mhm.
this, you had a transition, you had to move. But when you were there, I feel like there's this old um uh what's it called? Like a baby stroller, but it's like the old school ones where they used to have the big wheels and the little cover. So I don't know why they showed me that. And I was like, I'm like, can you give me more than just me saying, hey, I see just an old baby stroller? So I don't know if that was something that was used or you had a hand-me-down stroller.
Um, it might have been a hand-me-down because I have an older sister,
Okay.
and I do remember the big wheels. And my mom just bought one of those strollers for my daughter for her dolls. It was a
Okay.
retro
I
one.
felt this pull and I'm like, there is something with these old, like it's one of those that has the big wheels and it kind of does a bouncy thing
Yeah.
while it's, so that's it. That's totally it. It's the connection of both of that they're still with you and they see that she just got that stroller because you're too young to have that kind of stroller as a baby. I think so. I knew it was an heirloom of something that they kept and they kept it carrying down uh to 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 have traditions. You only have one daughter? You
Yes.
have one child?
No, I have one daughter and one son.
Oh, okay. I'm like, Spirit, why didn't you show me the son so much? I got the daughter. Uh, one of them is super into, I feel like this is your son, is super into swimming, like feels very natural in the water, loves getting into the water, and like
Yes.
will ask you, like you have to pull him out. His lips will be purple and you're like, can you get out of the pool, please? Or whatever this is, can you get out? It's time to go. Like, we've got to go. And it's like pulling teeth because he just feels so natural and loves the water. The the number 10 just came up. So I don't know if it's October or which I normally don't say October. I normally say age. So I don't know why I switched October. Uh, so where is the number 10 significance? Is that the age of the kids? Is that
It honestly could be both. My son was born in October and he's turning 10 this year. So the double 10.
That's a pretty good one. I love a double 10 too. The synchronicities. Yay. Okay, so perfect. And I very rarely, normally I had the feeling of it being an age, but when I said 10, I wanted to say October. So I love how Spirit shows me that in a quick moment of when they show me something, they're also giving me feeling of what exactly to say.
Yeah.
So we're thanking them for doing a good job for doing that. I, what's funny is you have these spirit that are here to be with you, but I don't feel like you have immediate family who you might have had lost, right? Okay. So I'm not wrong there. I was like when I felt that father energy that he's still here and he feels this very protective energy over you, but he feels a little like I said like an uncle or somebody who is a friend of your dad's.
Mhm.
That's what I got. Okay, cool. So you have besides the incense, they show me that Do you like to use dried rose petals for protection and some kind of, they're showing me some kind of herbs, but I don't see you as like taking them, like ingesting it. I see it as like you lighting it around a candle or something like that. Uh and then they also showed me a quick glimpse that you're doing sourdough as well.
Sourdough, no, I'm trying. My husband's very into sourdough,
Okay.
and the rose petals was a long time ago,
Okay.
but they're still packed up in little glass vials. And I'm
Cute.
dipping my toes more into it to protect myself because there's like a blockage, and I'm trying to also
Okay.
kind of just connect to my spirit guides, like some kind of guiding because I'm just blocked.
Okay. Okay, totally. And they're wanting to bring that up to honor that, to show that they know the work that you're putting in and it's going to get there. It's not going to be always. And believe me, there's times that I meditate and I'll do this weird thing where I sit with my guides at a like my table, like my meeting table with them. And there was a point in time where I was like underneath them. And I was like, what is happening, guys? Like, why can I not get to your level? Like, why do I feel like I'm fighting? And I had to work through a couple of things, and I actually had physical changes. So keep in mind of those things as they come, and just accept it and know like, okay, this is for my vibration to lift, this is for my ascension. It's all good, and just keep taking each step with stride and thanking them for on the way because that they're supporting you and they're helping you on your way. But the sourdough is cool too, because they showed me the sourdough and you getting started with the sourdough. So very cool. And I love sourdough. I do sourdough myself as well. So
I
that's why
love bread.
yeah, they showed me the glass container and I'm like, yeah, I have it in like a pickle jar.
Oh, yesterday, maybe this is what they mean with like the starting. Yesterday night before bed, I got my tiny little mason jar out to put water and salt in it to cleanse myself before bed.
See? I'm like, they're showing me herbs and you're doing something. I was like, I don't know if they're around a candle. They were with you in that point in time. Okay, here's the deal too. So I feel like you're already very well protected. So I feel like those steps you can totally take, but they're making me feel like, you don't have to. You're very well protected. You're very well guarded. Just
Okay.
say your little protection prayers. You can do that totally fine. But they're making me feel like um you're almost causing the block by doing too much protection. You just
Okay.
have to ask for that one divine protection, like God protect me in this space while I work, whoever you want to have connect to, totally fine. And then, go into your work of whatever you're going to do.
Mhm.
You're very gifted with uh cards and automatic writing.
Okay. I never tried it. I'm kind of scared of tarot. I don't know why. I got
Oh,
one.
it's
I
wonderful.
got one. Yeah,
I've got I've got my
I
stuff
got,
behind me.
I got one reading, and she kind of freaked me out. So I was like, no.
No, it's wonderful. It's wonderful. Oh, there's my cards. They're up there. So they're showing me that you're very talented and intuitively, like, I don't pull tarot. I have them and I'll play with them, but I'm not all that good. And some people are fabulous with it. So you just have to own where your skill is gonna be, where you can help others. So me with the mediumship, like that's where I feel pulled, that's where I go because I feel so connected and so where you find that drive and that excitement, that's exactly where they're leading you. I don't know, something with the kids and going to the playground. But I feel like I don't know where in the world that you live, but I feel like you have weather where it's nice enough that you guys can go to the playground. And it's something about recently that either you went to the playground today, that you're gonna go to the playground, you know, this is the playground and it feels very recent. And why they're showing me that, I'm not sure. But They wanted to talk about the playground.
Okay.
They also want you to reconnect with nature more. Get out and be outside, connect with nature more, ground yourself. You already know how to do all those things. And they're like, don't take it too seriously. Like it's about being playful and fun and kind of like, just having fun with it. Like don't stress yourself out. Like, it all is what it is. Uh and they said it's all there when you want it. So it almost feels like you feel so pulled in different directions of like what you're doing right now. I don't know if these are career choices that you're kind of like shifting, you're like pulling away from one and you've got another and you're like, well, do I want to do that? Do I want to do this? So I feel like this pull with you of where you're going and they just want you to reconnect and remember who you are, get down to what is best going to suit for you and where in your heart you feel guided because they're going to support you and get you on to the next thing when you're ready to move forward. But they want you to still have this like childlike, mentality and playfulness and all that. So I did feel this earlier and you seem so young to even have two children. Maybe it's just that or I'm getting older. I don't know. It's one of those. It's totally one of those. Fine. I have to accept that. But I definitely felt a loss. Do you happen to know if you miscarried?
Before my daughter, there was complications.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So it makes me feel like very, very early.
Yes.
It would have been like 3 months or less.
Yeah.
Yeah. So know that that soul was not meant to come onto this earth. Like it was an experience that you had to go through. I feel this whole connection of understanding once you got pregnant with your daughter, you said? Your daughter
Yes.
was the first one?
No,
When you
the son was the first one.
The
Sorry.
son was the first one, but oh, there was complications before the daughter?
Yes, it's
Oh, okay. Okay, I
forever.
apologize.
No, it's all good.
I'm trying to get the timeline. I thought it was before you even got pregnant ever. So they wanted you to understand and be grateful for the experience of having a full-term pregnancy after having that situation. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
They wanted you to have that experience to like humble and be so grateful for every little step because I almost feel like with your son being pregnant with your son, you were having a tough time. You were kind of like me. I did not love being pregnant. I was not one of those like walking around with the glow. I just, me and pregnancy did not mesh. So they were showing you that, just enjoy it and
Yeah.
take it step by step. Is that how it went? Like pregnancy number one, pregnancy number two?
No, there's a pretty big age gap. My son is 9 and my daughter's 2.
Okay. Yeah.
But I, I don't know if I could give too much away if I
If I'm
but two
tapping
different
into
dads.
something, yeah, if I've already asked you and I'm tapping in and I'm kind of like circling around the whole thing,
Yeah.
if you want to share it, that's completely up to you. If you're like, yep, you got it right there and we'll just leave it at that, totally fine. Doesn't bother me. Whatever you feel like sharing.
Okay.
And it doesn't mess up my reading. We'll keep continuing on with anything else.
All
So
right.
anytime you can interrupt me anytime to let me know if I'm kind of like tapping into something and getting because I kind of get the gist of a picture, like it'll circle around it, but I don't know all the details.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
that's how my mediumship works. Did you want to delve in further, or do you want me to continue going?
So there's a big age gap between those two, and they have two different dads.
Okay.
Because with my son's father, I was 19
Okay.
and it just didn't work out. And then I met my husband, and 2 years ago, we were blessed because we were trying and everything went sideways and it took a while. And yeah. And then there she is.
Perfect. So exactly. And it makes me feel like you had this gratitude of like, Like you were probably nervous and tiptoeing in the water of when you were pregnant with her because of what just happened. But it's making me feel like you had that gratitude of like, okay, thank you. Like I'm grateful for this baby. I'm grateful to be pregnant. I'm grateful, for it to be fertile and good and all the things.
Yes, absolutely.
Why do I feel a military tie with your spouse?
He's in the army.
Okay. I
Yes.
was like, I feel a very deep connection with the same of the father and the uncle connection. I mean, I'm calling him uncle. And we still don't even know who it is. You could totally check with your dad after. I have no
Yes.
idea. Uh, so yes, I feel an army connection. Is he off for like, is he doing something where he's there for like 6 weeks at a time?
No.
I got something with 6 weeks with him, and it felt almost boot camp-ish.
No.
Okay. Just keep in mind some things are to come, so I don't know
Yeah.
if this is a training and he's going up in rank or whatever this is, that he might have to do a training, and I got something with 6 weeks. That it could be one timeline or another, right? Like this could possibly happen or this could not. And it could be something that could be huge for your family it might involve a move and financial more financial stability, something like that. So,
We are moving in April.
okay.
So hopefully after that move he does get his promotion. So maybe we'll see. I wrote it
Okay.
down so then I can be like, oh, there it is.
That's right. Exactly. And even if it's just that of like the move and the promotion, because I felt all these changes coming for him with his career wise. And that's just spirit supporting every decision and knowing and letting you know like you're on the right path. Don't worry about it. Uh, I feel like you're excited about the new place that you're going to be going to.
Yes.
Is it like tropical? Is it warm? I feel like it's like Florida or something.
No.
I said Florida, real weird. Florida. Florida.
We're currently in Texas and we're going back to Europe and I am beyond happy.
Oh, okay. That is so
Yes.
exciting. Oh my gosh, good for you. Wow, big move. Okay.
Yes.
Cool. Very cool. Uh I don't know why I felt somewhere tropical. Maybe because that would be my like excited. Let's see. And maybe that's why originally they were showing me cobblestone streets, but I didn't say it. Back when they showed me the carriage, they showed me cobblestone streets and these buildings that are kind of teetering, which almost reminds me of Amsterdam because I went to Amsterdam and they had those teetering buildings, but I don't know. Sometimes they show me things so quick and I kind of blurb over it because I mean it's like instantaneous and I've got to grab that,
Yeah.
of what they're showing me and it'll come quick too. So that could have been why they showed me that earlier and then I kind of dismissed it, but I'm remembering it now. So I get credit for that. Is there anybody that you want to connect with that I haven't pulled forward?
There's two people.
Okay.
Yeah.
I could try.
Okay.
It's not always, I can't guarantee that they'll come through because
Yeah.
I've done this multiple times and sometimes it takes a while to get to them. I don't know why, but we can ask and see if they'll come through for you. What's the first name?
Nathan.
Okay. Is this a connection to your husband?
No.
I saw something with a car and the tires rolling off. One tire is rolling off. And like I said, I'm not sure if this is Nathan. 18. Do we know anything with Nathan around? Is that Nathan? Is this
Uh,
not Nathan? Is
I
this
no, I met him when I was 18.
okay? This is somebody who's passed, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Just double checking. I'm like, I have pulled people who are alive, and it can be weird because sometimes they feel like spirit and they're not, and you're like, how's that? How's that possible?
Yeah.
Uh, is this somebody who was like a lost love,
Yes.
like that past that you were together with? Okay.
Yes.
Was there a connection with that tire? I don't know why there was a car tire, like a tire that went.
I don't know, but he did love his car.
Okay. Okay. Let's see. Does he have a different nationality than you? He feels like a
Yes.
darker skin color.
No, he doesn't have darker skin color, but he's American. I'm German,
Okay.
so yeah.
Okay. All right. I don't know. I'm like, it's like telling me he's all. It just seemed like he could be tan like easily or something. I don't know. He was showing me like a tan skin color. Uh, was he military as well?
Yes.
Do you still have his dog tags?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh wow.
So he was showing me, he was saying how um, he passed tragically and suddenly. This was not like he got sick and it was like a downhill. He made me feel like it was tragic and sudden. Is that correct?
I don't know exactly how he passed, but yes, it was very unexpected.
Okay. Okay. So, and then he showed me the like dog tags, and I was like, I feel like a sense that you had them and you have them in a drawer somewhere.
None of the I have it in like a little pocket in my pillow.
Oh, so cute. Uh, was there something though about you guys separating before he passed? Like, were you
Yes.
okay? Because he makes me feel like you were not connected or living together or okay. So he's acknowledging that I'm like, thank you, Nathan, for coming through right away. Um, that he's acknowledging that when you heard of his passing, it drew you back to him like tenfold,
Yes.
where you felt and harbored this like guilt of I could have, should have, would have kind of thing of if I stayed, maybe if I stayed, if I did this, it would have been different. And what he wants to explain to you is that everything happens for a reason, and the way that it was supposed to happen, like that's the way it was supposed to happen.
Yeah.
So you were not supposed to be there and witness the whole scenario because
Mhm.
it makes me feel like it was a very tragic scene, and he wouldn't have wanted you to witness that. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. And he doesn't want you to hold that of any burden or guilt around his passing and you not being there because he surrounds you with nothing but love and support and going forward because he's making me feel like he wasn't mentally mature enough to be there when you guys were together, and that caused a lot of the separation. Does that
Mhm.
make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Because he wants to take ownership for that for the relationship kind of failing.
Hmm.
And he wants to be the one to stand up and be like, not that he wasn't man enough, it was just that he wasn't present enough.
Yeah.
Okay. So he's totally acknowledging that, wanting you to know that he's so sorry for how things ended up panning out. And he takes full ownership of his passing and of how everything went. Was was his passing intentional?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So I got that after a while, after connecting with him. Yeah. So his his headspace was definitely not in a good place.
Mhm.
And exactly all the messages that I already told you is that they take ownership. He's completely taking ownership for exactly his actions. And I don't think you worry about where he is. He's definitely in heaven and he's with God and he is protected with all the angels. He's beautiful and he's an amazing, amazing spirit. So it's he makes me feel like you would not shed one tear if you knew the beauty and the love that he is engulfed in on the other side. As I'm crying, I'm like, okay, you're gonna make me cry.
Yeah,
Like
I've
that is,
been wiping away a couple tears.
I'm like, that is so beautiful and really, really sweet. And he wishes he could have given you the life that you deserved when you were together. And he wants you to know that he takes full ownership for how he left this earth and and how the relationship got to where it was.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Nathan. And who is the other person?
Her name's Kat.
Okay.
So that's her nickname. Everyone called her that. I don't know if you need the full,
No, we can try.
but everyone called
Like
her
I
Kat.
said, Nathan was very good at coming through right away. So I've had
He was
plenty that
so
have not. So let's see. Let's see. We're on a roll.
okay.
Let's go.
Okay.
Brrr. Uh, Kat feels young. She feels like a best friend, and I get the number 12. So I don't know if that's the age or this makes me feel like a best friend, or if it's not a best friend, it's a very close cousin or something like that.
She was a close friend.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you guys used to play hopscotch?
No.
Like hopscotch or chalk on the sidewalk kind of thing?
No.
Okay. Let me see if this is her. I don't know. This makes me feel like this might not be Kat.
Okay.
And I'll just thank them for coming and ask them to move forward. And if I can't get Kat in the next one, then I'm so sorry, then we might just move on. But let me
It's
see.
okay.
She was showing me again another outside game, not hopscotch, jump rope. And this one's playing like outside, and she keeps playing outside with the sidewalk. Okay,
No.
totally fine. So we're gonna thank that spirit, and I'll ask them to move on. I'm gonna try one more time to get Kat. Were you friends in school? This makes me feel like elementary school.
Me and her no, but my sister and her went to the same school.
Okay. I just saw an elementary school playground with one of those circular things that you get on with the metal like thing that you hold on for your dear life and you end up being so dizzy. I don't know why. I saw one of those and I just got the sense of an elementary playground. Okay, this person feels like either they knew them older, or she's saying something around 15. Still very young. I don't know why I'm getting all these young. Um, she seems like a very life of the party. She likes to wear makeup. She's like, let's go out. What are we doing? Like, we gotta go. There's a party here tonight. Let's go check out the boys. She
It
seems
sounds
like
more like her, yes.
okay. She seems very, like, let's go, let's go. Who wants to go where and what are we doing tonight? It's Friday night. We gotta go out.
Yes.
And did the 15 have to do with her? Is that significant with her?
I think that's around the time when either I met her or my sister and her met.
Okay.
Because my sister's older and those two went to school together and they were friends before I met her.
Okay. But then I feel like her passing happened around like early 20s, like 22,
She was 27.
27. Okay. I don't know why she's showing me. So I have this in my memory. So she's showing me a memory of a reading that I've done before of somebody who had choked on an avocado. And so I don't know if something similar had happened where she maybe had choked, or then she showed me an avocado. So I'm like, I'm not sure what this correlation is and if that had to do with her passing.
No.
Okay. She's wearing jewelry up here. Like, is there like a special, like, did she have anything that you remember of her having jewelry up top on her ears?
I don't know if she had, but I have one up here.
Okay. All right. I don't know. She just wants to talk about like fashion and going out. She's like putting on a leather jacket.
She loved the party.
Okay. She's like, I'm like, can we get something else here? I don't know. You know, I was like, she wanted to connect with you, so let's show some memories or something going on. Would you have used red Solo cups with drinking?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So she showed me red Solo cups. And I don't know if this is a beer pong or something, like playing beer games, like
Yes.
drinking games. Okay. Okay.
Drinking, partying. Yes.
Okay.
100%.
And she seems like very pretty. She seems
Yeah.
like pretty. She's just because she just seems like boy crazy and like wanting to do her makeup and look pretty and go out and be like, let's go, just all the things. I'm like, okay, do we have a message, for Marianne of like, do you want to leave her with a message or anything? Um, she's saying something about there's a question with her passing. She says there's something like an aneurysm or something, or you guys have questioned.
No.
Okay.
More like the question of why.
Okay. I don't know why I got aneurysm quick, but um, she makes me feel like she was physically having a lot of pain. Did you know about this? Of like the right side of her head.
No.
Okay. I definitely get the sense that she was another case of suicide.
Yes.
Okay. So her, but she makes me feel like it was a combination of mental and physical. It
Yes.
wasn't just, it wasn't just, but that's where I'm getting this pain. So I don't know if anybody knew about this pain or if she didn't. And that's why I heard aneurysm and I was like, I don't know what they're referring to, but she made me feel like her passing was of her own choice, but she also couldn't live with this pain. She was having this pain. And I don't, yeah, I'm not sure what this pain was, if it would have led to cancer and then she would have had treatments down the road and all that. And she's making me feel like that was not gonna be her life. Like she would not be okay with that. She's, she definitely, she's funny. First, she wanted to take ownership for her passing of like, I take complete responsibility for what happened and I'm happy and okay with that decision. Is
Okay.
she's like she almost makes me feel very assertive in the fact of like I chose how to come into this world and I chose how to go out. I've never had somebody explain it to me that way before, but I was like, okay, and I'm going to say that. Does that sound like her though? Like she's like, yeah, I there would be no other way. There would be no other way than me handling it and you know exactly like Nathan what is explaining is that you would not cry for me it knowing the other side and how amazing and beautiful and supportive and all the love I'm getting. So she just wants you to know and to bask in that of there would never be a tear shed for the fact of how beautiful this other place is. So she just wants you to know that she's happy, she's healthy, she's beautiful, she's amazing, and she's ready to kick back and party when you get there. Like, no rush, but they always love to talk about that reunion of like when you get to the other side that you
Yeah.
guys are going to party. And she's like, she's got a solo cup ready for you. That is really cute. She's very sweet. Do you know what she reminds me of? Have you seen that movie? Isn't there a movie on Netflix where the party girl dies? She dies like and then she comes back as a ghost and she's walking around and she doesn't know that she's dead and she's like this party girl and she's
Oh.
got a big
You know,
personality and she's
I
really
think she
cute
like passed in the bathroom because she hit her head on the
or
toilet or something.
something. And she feels like that energy. Like I totally got that movie in my head now.
She was very outgoing, very stubborn, very party, very
I love it.
yes, yes. She
I
was a
love that.
character.
Yeah, very cute. Okay, so we're probably going to wrap up here. Thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to sit with me.
Oh, did I have expectations of the reading? Yes and no. I'm open-minded, so I was very excited about it. Um, I was expecting to hear from two people, which I did, and also the reassurance that they're still here because I've been struggling a lot with the other side and knowing that there's more because I've been kind of in a little hole of panic of just not existing or them not existing anymore. So it's very good to hear they're still around. To see what I do, and there was proof of that for sure. How did the reading go? It was amazing. It was a lot of great messages and reassurance, evidence of them being around, and it's it was nice to feel them close again because it kind of makes you feel like they're right there with you more than they already show themselves. So it was beautiful and beautiful messages. Um, my favorite message of the reading today was probably um, the ownership of the passings and that they're good now and they're it's beautiful there and one day when the time is right or when the time comes I won't be having to go that path alone. They're going to be there and pick me up and are ready to party where we left off. The biggest takeaway from the reading is definitely to keep talking to them even though we can't see them. They're still around. There's no need to be scared. And even though it doesn't make the grief easier, it makes it more beautiful in a way. Not like we want to lose people, but we know that they're there. There's a reason for them to go ahead because if they wouldn't go ahead, we would have no one to pick us up. And even though it's hard, we know that they're still there and they're waiting, and we will all someday reunite. Hey, thank you for having me, and blessings and light, and like Kat would say, keep partying on.
I love it. All right. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye.